Especially those of us who have just come to secondary school. Welcome to secondary school math. One of the things that you might have come across is the concept about a prime number, and a prime number is just basically a number that is divisible by itself and the number 1 only. So some examples would be 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on, where when you divide by 1 at itself, there's no other numbers that you can divide the number by, in a sense. So the question here we want to ask is, are there infinitely many number of primes in this world? Well, the answer here is yes. But the thing is this, why is it the case that there are infinitely many number of primes? Now let's use a proposition. Okay, let's suppose we have only n number of primes in this world. By n we mean a finite number of primes. So just label them as P1, P2, all the way until Pn, for example. Now, to say that there are a finite number of primes, it means that there is nothing bigger than Pn, for example. But let me suggest to you the following, okay? If you say that a prime number can only be divisible by itself and the number 1, that there is this particular number, say m, right? Where I can take the product, I can take P1 multiplied by P2 all the way until Pn, and then let's suppose I add the number 1. Now, let's just understand it this way. I can take any of my P1s, P2s, all the way to Pn, or a combination of all these things, and I try to take m to divide those numbers by. Notice one thing is this, that all these prime numbers will not divide m completely, in a sense that there is no more remainder. In fact, we can say that when you divide m by P1 or P2 or P3 all the way to Pn, there is going to be a remainder of 1. Now, what does that mean? That basically means that there is a prime number m itself. Knowing that P1, P2, P3 all the way to Pn are prime numbers, we can construct another number such that it is the product of these prime numbers, and then you add 1, and this number is prime actually. So what is our conclusion? Our conclusion is this: there is no such a thing as finite number of primes. In fact, we can gather to say that there is infinite number of primes in this world today. Now, prime number theory has always been something that mathematicians have always been asking or have always been researching on, and this is one such question which has a conclusion that there are infinitely many number of primes. Now, if you are interested, we can go on this discussion in subsequent videos on the different aspects of primes that are interesting. But for now, let's just leave it as it is, and thank you very much for watching.